This is Whole Food Revolution, and I'm Dr. Nellum. I'm a GP.
I'm Ronit. I'm a life coach, and today we're talking about unplugging ourselves. Like, if you remember the movie The Matrix, and all of the people that were in there, they had this thing that they were connected to, and I think it was very symbolic, showing how we are living our life at the moment. It's almost like we're constantly plugged to
something.
Yeah. Information, to the internet, to social media, to our phones, to our it's almost like we're dependent on it at the moment.
I mean, yes, I mean, I find sometimes that I don't go it's as if this phone is attached to my head,
which is very, very, very sad.
Which is, and I need to make a conscious effort to put it down.
I had a session this week with a dad, and I was working with his daughter, and he's an absent dad. Anyway, it was very wonderful that he came.
Yes.
But he sat the whole time with his phone.
Oh, he was fiddling with it.
Yes.
He was looking at it.
And now this was the topic that we talked about. How can he be present in his daughter's life? And he said, well, I can't. I said to him, look, so honestly, at one stage I said to him, usually I would ask people, what do you do when you go to the toilet? But then everyone answers, I take my phone.
I know.
So I stopped asking this question, and I asked them, what do you do if the phone rings if you're in the middle of sex?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was
like, so I said to him, how about the phone rings and you just take a deep breath and say, ooh, I'm in the middle of sex. Not answering. But the thing is this, the problem with being connected all the time, it's not that it's an illusion that we are connected.
Yes.
It's not real connection.
In terms of those social connections.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm not, he says to me, what if something's going to happen to my daughter? And I was like, so he feels like if the phone is open, then he is connected to her.
That she has access to him.
Exactly.
24 hours a day.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what he said. So I asked him about his sleep, and he said, like, hardly sleeps, which I understand exactly the problem, because he didn't sleep. And I said to him, do you have your phone in your bedroom? And he said, of course. I said, what?
But so many people do.
Yes.
Ronnie.
And I said, okay, how about you put it in flight mode? He said, no, but what if my daughter? And I was like, she's sleeping in the same house. Why do you need a phone? If she's in danger or anything, she can come to you. But but think about this. He constantly think about something bad.
That's right, and that's what drives. So it's a fear.
Exactly. So he's constantly. So the phone is supposed to
represent like a
comfort.
Yes.
But no, the whole time he holds it, it's because there is a danger that's going to come through it.
Yes.
Because something happened to my daughter, or something had happened at work, and someone's going to need me, and all those things. So basically, we need to learn to unplug.
Because also, Ronit, with these devices, I mean, what are people actually listening to and watching? And so it's a lot of it is negative stuff, isn't it? It's, news doesn't report nice things. It's wars and, killings and rapes and murders, and that's what is reported. And, so...
And why shouldn't trust the government, and why,
It's constant negativity, isn't it, that comes through, like a toxicity that comes through these things.
It's literally toxic in the body. The body is he needs to clear that toxins.
And I read somewhere, it really hit me that these things from the outside that create a sense of fear, it also that perception of fear is transmitted through hormonal signaling and various signals to our cells, which then feel fearful, and when they're fearful, they can't do their job properly.
They go into survival mode.
Yes,
That's what they're supposed to do.
So this is the thing. I think it's really important to have a period, even short, very short periods where you are unplugged. So one of the things I do, Ronit, I mean, you know this, that every year I try really hard to go for a 9-day meditation retreat where I actually lock my phone, I run it down, I lock it in my suitcase so that I can't access it. And the first day, it's a bit tough, but by that 9th day, there's so much freedom in that I feel as if, oh my gosh. And that by the 9th day, when I know that I'm kind of coming back into society, I actually feel a bit resistant to pick up this phone, because it's as if, as I know, as soon as it touches my hand,
It bombards you.
yes, it's like that matrix, you're like sucked in again.
It is.
And so what can people do, like day to day, like simple things? I mean, we're not saying that you all need to go on a 9-day meditation retreat, but
you should actually, if you can, go for it. It's wonderful thing.
Yes. But like,
you can create small retreats. I mean, what we want you to understand is that every time you unplug, you are creating a tiny retreat to your body. It's almost like your body goes into a retreat where it's taken care of. So it doesn't have to be 9 days, but it can be an hour. Yeah, we're supposed to unplug every day for about 9 hours. We're supposed to unplug. And when we say unplug, it's basically sleep, relax, let the body rejuvenate and do its job. And if we don't do that, we just need
we can't survive. I mean, yes,
exactly.
exactly.
So do small things and say, okay, where are the areas in my life that I'm totally plugged, totally depend on them, that I can't go out without them. You go for a walk. Why do you go for a walk? You go for a walk to take care of your health and well-being. Why do you need to put inside your ears?
And that was me, Ronit. I didn't realize last year when we were really busy with, and I was reading a lot of stuff, every time I stepped out, every time I had something in my ears, I was listening to something, I was talking to somebody, and I realized, what am I doing? Like, that's crazy, right? So now I still do some of it, but now I consciously think, on these days when I go out, I'm not taking anything.
Try not to take, what you don't have to. Like, look, you have to take, I don't know, some people say, I have to take a water bottle. Take a water bottle. But try to go out without the phone from time to time. Like, I realize
you are very good at
I'm very good at it, because there was one time that happened to me that I didn't take my phone with me, and I got into a panic mode. It was a short panic mode, but this panic mode made me realize that
how
dependent I am. So I've made a rule that I basically, if I can, I don't take my phone with me, or I have zero sound on my phone.
Yeah.
Zero sound.
The only notifications.
Nothing notification. Yeah. If someone wants me, they'll give me a call. The phone call rings. But the thing is this.
Yeah.
Why? Because my daughter, for example, she sends me a message saying, "Mom, we'll be there in 15 minutes." I'll never see it, because it was a message.
Oh, okay.
I'll never see it. And they know, if you want me, you need to call. This is real connection.
Yes.
This thing is not real.
Yes.
It's not a connection. Real connection is talking to people, communicating
and
with people.
Also, that example of walking, if you're unplugged and you don't have anything that distracts you, you can really appreciate what's around you, the beauty of nature, the birds singing, the breeze on your face.
It's being in the moment.
Yes, because when you're distracted, you don't pay attention to any of these.
Yes, and I want you to realize, one of the reasons that people unplug is because they're afraid to be with themselves and with
You
their
mean
thoughts.
the people who
Cannot be unplugged,
yeah,
cannot unplug themselves.
Yes.
People that constantly plug themselves to something are people that are afraid to be with themselves and their thoughts.
Yeah.
The thing is this: the more you're afraid to be with yourselves and your thoughts, the more you will be afraid to be with yourself and your thoughts, and the more you will be afraid. It never ends. You have to stop it. No one can stop it for you. And if you're swapping this thing, one unplugging things with one plugging things with another plugging things, that's not a solution. It's just swapping it. It's the same thing. It just looks a different dress. It's the same thing.
Yes.
So remember, every time you say to yourself, "Oh, I have to do this thing," ask yourself, why am I afraid to be with my thoughts? Why am I afraid to be with myself? What's the worst that will happen if I'm going to go outside and not take my
For
phone
half
with
an
me?
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very easy. You just do small bits. Every small bit is a small retreat. So and the first thing to do is when you're sitting with people,
Yes.
be with
Absolutely. Not on your phone. Absolutely.
Yeah, do you know
yes.
that they've checked this? The research that was done, that people that go for a meeting and the phone is on the table, the stress level of the other person increases.
Ooh.
Even if you don't touch their phone.
Right.
So the right thing to do is actually take your phone,
And put it away.
put it away.
Right.
Because then the stress level of the conversation goes up
Yeah.
just
Yes.
because
It's there.
it's there on the
Oh,
table.
Interesting. So yes, so hopefully please think about it and try small, simple, easy steps to give yourself a time when you're
Small
unplugged.
retreats.
Small
for your